Page 4, Throwing Snowballs. It sort of looks fun and it sort of looks ugly, so I guess we'll get into it and figure out which sort of it is. I look it over, it's about 1.5 pages long. Clef signs are still treble and bass clef. There's one sharp in the key signature, so it's either in the key of G major or E minor, because those are the keys with one sharp. If we look at the end, you're here. That's an E minor chord. Figure we're in E minor, but do the scales for both. G major and E minor, at least one octave up and down, learn the scale. If you've been doing the scale and you know it pretty well, you can do it without looking, it feels okay, then go ahead and go the 2 octaves, but make sure you're doing the trill exercise. And then 4/4 time signature, and I see a bunch of quarter notes and eighth notes. So take it one hand at a time and see what we got going here. The right hand, you're starting here, and this is just an E minor scale going down. So if you've been doing the E minor scale, you just sight read this. It's rest, and then back up here. It's a 3/4, a D and an E, but there's a sharp sign in front of the D, so it's here. Now, I need more coffee for that, but just then cross over, and reach up. If you can't reach it, you got to move. That's all right. Just reach up so you don't have to move as far. And the third line is the same notes, but it has an 8VA above the staff. Remember, you go up. So here you just reach up. Same thing. And then scrunch up 5. Don't forget the F sharp. It's in the key signature. And then page 5. Just come down here. 1 and 2 and 3. And that's chord at the end of the line. We'll spell it out. You have an F natural because there's an F sharp in the key signature, so 1 and F natural. Then they have an A flat, so it's here, and 5 here. However, I don't like that fingering because I just came off 5th finger the measure before. I don't want to go from here. I don't want to do that. That's dangerous. I don't recommend it. So what I want to do on this chord, rather than 1, 3, 5, I'm going to do 1, 2, 4. It's just another fingering for it. This way, I come up here. I got it. I'm right there. So the last 2 measures of the first line on page 5. 1 here. Because I connect everything at first. And I want a fingering that works connected if I can get it. We'll do the staccatos later. So it's here. And the second line is similar to that. And then you're back like you were doing at the beginning. Left hand, well, it starts out with an E minor scale. So 1 and 2. Okay. And then second line, you're up here. Just 1, 2, 3, 4. And I use a 4/1. I'm kind of staying here and just letting the thumb come up because I'm going back and forth. I don't want to keep moving. So I'm going to stay here and use 4th finger on the F. So again, the second line, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Third line, that 8VA only applies to the top staff. The left hand doesn't move. And then 8th notes in the third line. Page 5, you're down here. Now you can, to prepare for that, but you have rests, and that's fine. You have time to come down. But if you'd like to prepare for that move to go from here to here, you have 2 E's in that last measure on page 4. I can change hand positions on repeated notes, and that's what this is, repeated E's. So the last E, rather than little finger again, I'm going to use thumb. This way, I'm in position to go on. Reach down. Just the same fingering each time. I'm just changing one note is all. What we were doing before. So once I have an idea what each hand is doing and get the fingering worked out, then I try to put the hands together and see what happens. Well, the first line is pretty much one hand at a time, except at the end when you're here. And then you're up here. Second line. And these are together. And I work that out. Top of page 5, we're here. And here. And here. hesitate, I don't care about hesitating right now when I'm trying to get the hands to work together. But once I have the hands working together, then I go back through however many times it takes, and it can take a while, and work out the hesitations. I can keep it slow, but no hesitations. You can speed it up later. Then once I can do that, then I add the articulation, the slurs and staccatos. And the staccatos, I'm going to hit at the wrist. The staccatos. There. This is connected. This isn't. Get the idea? Top of page 5. Underneath the staff it says legato. That means connect them. Because there's nothing marked for the bottom staff. In that case, you do anything you want. So they're telling you legato. That's the same thing as big long slur over it. The right hand you have staccatos and slurs. But I'm connecting this left hand all the way through it. At the end, you get staccato and an accent. The accent, you just play it a little louder here. Let the wrist collapse a little bit, and it's boom, on the key and basso. And once I have an idea of the articulation, then I'll think about the dynamics. MF at the beginning is mezzo forte or sort of loud. The first line is like an introduction. There's no melody, so it's both staves. And the second line, the melody's in the upper staff. That's what we want to hear. This, keep it soft. You get to top of page 5, you go up to loud. Forte is loud. Then this in the background. Third line down, back down to mezzo forte, medium loud. And at the end, it's loud with an accent. It's kind of silly in my opinion because that makes that note very loud. Because the accent takes it up a notch from where it's at. It's loud plus accent is very loud. Clasp the wrist. Don't pound on it. Just here, you're off. Just boom. Just a lot of weight. Go down real quick. Then the speed. Con spirito. Spirito. I can't pronounce that word, but that's okay. It just means with spirit, whatever that means. Depends on how much coffee I've had, and it's got to be accurate. So no hesitations anywhere. Hesitations will come back from time to time, and when they do, you just got to stop and fix them. Don't let them stay, because they'll become part of your plan if you do. Get rid of them. Whatever you can do accurately on the scale. How fast can you play that scale accurately? And that's going to be your speed. It'll be different for different people. Remember the natural accents? 1, 2, 3, 4. Exaggerate them if you have to. Feel the natural accents on them. Now at the end, they give you pedal on that last note. And they're going to show it if you want to pedal it. The pedal goes down with the note and up with the note. So the pedal is like a staccato pedal. Boom. It just adds overtones just for an instant. Just for an instant. You don't need pedal. You can leave it out. You're fine without it. But if you want to add it, just do that. Let's play this together very slowly and check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not going to do louds and softs, but I'll do the staccatos and stuff. I'll give us 4 counts. We're going to go really, really slow, though. At least slow for me. 1, 2, ready, and go. And 1, and 2. And 4, and. 1, rest, rest. 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 Rest, rest. Rest. Rest, rest.